Okay, so we're going to still be working with fractions, and this time we're going to be folding some paper. So rummage around, see if you can find 2 strips of paper, and I'm going to walk you through it. So here are the directions. You need 2 strips. You need one that is long, which is about the length of a notebook, and one that's a little bit shorter. So take off a little bit. So you can see that I have one long piece, and I have one short piece. Okay, so make sure that you have some strips of paper. We're going to start with the longer piece, and it says it should be the length of like a notebook. Okay, and this is your 1 hole. All right, now I'm going to label stuff. You don't have to label, but so this is our 1 hole. That way you have a better visual of what's happening. So this is 1 hole. Okay, got it? All right, so what it says first is you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it where the 2 ends meet. So you're going to bring them together. You got them to meet together. And then we're going to crease it at the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to open it up. Okay, so how many parts do you see? Now I'm going to draw a line just so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to draw a line where my crease is. All right, so how many pieces do I now have? Okay, whatever your answer is, you would put it here on your Jamboard, and you can either do a sticky note or a text box and put it there. And then the part over here says find 1 vocabulary card that names what this size would be, like 1 piece. What would you call this 1 piece? And you would drag it over. And so if I'm going to move myself out of the way for a second. So here's your vocabulary cards. This says quarter, this says eighth, this says half, and fourth. Which would this be? So if you look, when you click on these, they are movable. And so you would just drag whatever you think your answer is right here. Okay, so that's how you do this slide. Now, when you go to the next one, it says fold the paper back in half. So you're still got your long piece, you're going to fold it back in half, right? Then fold it again, which means your 2 ends are going to come together, and then you're going to crease, right? And then we're going to open it back up. Now, how many pieces do we have? Now, I'm going to draw on my creases just so you can see it in the camera. So how many pieces do I have? And again, you would either use a text box or a sticky note and put your answer here. Then it says find 2 vocabulary cards. These are your cards over here that would name 1 of these pieces. Okay, and again, they just drag over. And then it says how many fourths are in 1 hole. So how many fourths are in 1 hole? How many fourths are in 1/2? Do you remember what half was? So how many fourths are in 1/2? And then down here it says shade 1/4 of this strip. Now to shade, you can use the pen over here, and you can pick your color. And you just can color in. You see how when you do the pen, it makes a mark. You can just put an X through it or color it all the way in. That's totally up to you. I'm just showing you how to use the tools, not giving you answers. Okay. And then you would continue on to the next one. It says step 4, get the shorter strip. Now you're moving to your shorter strip of paper, and it says fold it into fourths and then shade 1/4 of this new strip. So here's this. Do you remember how to do it into fourths? Think back how you did it. And then you would shade it in, pencil, marker, whatever. I don't want to give you answers, so I'm not going to do it. And it says, how does the length of the shaded 1/4 on your second strip compare to the length of the shaded 1/4 on your first strip? Explain what you notice and why you think it happened. You can use a sticky note or a text tool. You may also draw a picture. So this is where you're going to put your answer. So if you take the long strip and you color it in 1/4, And then you take your short strip and color in 1/4 and you compare what did you notice? What happened? Why? And so that's what goes in this box here. Then step 5, choose one. Remember, you have 2 pieces, short one and a big one. You're going to pick one. You're going to fold it back into 4ths and then half again. So I'm going to use the bigger one so just so you can see on camera. So there, I folded it into 4ths. Remember that? Now we're going to fold it again to where those 2 ends meet, and you crease it, and then you open it back up. Okay? Again, you would count the parts. Put that here, find your vocabulary card, and then answer these over here. All right? And so this continues kind of the same way to where you're using strips of paper, you're folding to figure out the fractional parts.